Slander is essentially a lie. We've been proven
No,
right.
I agree with that. And I called this out today. I said, listen, the problem that we have now, if in a world in which Zubimendi does not come to Liverpool, we have left ourselves way less time to get deals completed and to
Can,
get shit done.
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If history was to repeat itself and Man
Mm.
United were to pip you to Zubimendi, it's not on the cards to happen, but say it did, what would your reaction to this be?
My reaction to this would be calling out Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards. That would be my reaction to it. I look at and this was actually part of what I said earlier on today on my own stream. I said, listen, this is now on Richard Hughes to execute. He has to execute it. And I said, listen, we are going to be speaking about Richard Hughes massively if this deal does not go forward, because I've already told you the conditions. Here's the thing. If you know, I tell you beforehand, you have to pay the 51 million straight away. So now you have to call John W. Henry. You have to go get the go-ahead to get the 50 million upfront and pay it. And now you know that Zubimendi does not want to leave Spain. So you need to do your due diligence and make sure that he wants to leave Spain, that he wants to join Liverpool Football Club. So if all of that has not been done properly in a proper universe, then the question now becomes, what has Richard Hughes been doing over the last 2 months if he fucks up his first deal that they have announced? So what I would do is Richard Hughes. Sorry.
No, I get you there. I would say this about the deal as well. The reason I believe this deal is close is because of the journalists have spoke about it in the way they have. This isn't a deal that Liverpool woke up this morning and gone, let's go and execute. I think they've been working on this for a while. I don't believe Liverpool would have allowed this news to get to Fabrizio, to Ornstein, and to Paul Joyce unless it was all very, very, very advanced. I don't think Edwards is stupid enough, with the way Liverpool fans are feeling at the moment with the lack of signings, to do all of this, put the bid in, and then the player says, nah, bruv. I just can't imagine Liverpool being that stupid.
But that's the thing, Terry. I agree with you. And that's why I'm saying now, look, I accept, as like the Liverpool representative on Straight Facts and the Football Terrace, my own channel, footage and whatever, I'm going to get cooked for it and all this. I understand that. This is part of what we do, if that does happen. But at the end of the day, the truth of the whole situation will be on the people upstairs at Liverpool because of everything you just said. Now, you need to understand something about Liverpool Football Club. Fabrizio has said it himself. I know how much Fabrizio costs to get on a stream. I could get Fabrizio on my channel and talk about the transfers. But the reason why it's pointless for me as Liverpool fans is he said it himself. He said no one knows what's coming out of Liverpool. Everyone knows this. Terry knows this. He knows he has to squeeze the shit out of himself to just find like a link somewhere linking us to someone. So whenever something comes out from Paul Joyce's mouth, usually there's a lot of legs behind it. Now, the thing that has to make me go, like, instead of being excited 100%, it has to make me excited 70%, is the fact that Ornstein's tweet, he said they still need to convince Zubimendi. That's the part that I'm like, okay, have they not even spoken to the player yet? Like, what exactly is going on?
Yeah, but I get that. And I'm this isn't a dig at Ornstein. This is just following him for years. When Ornstein puts that stuff out, it's normally... I remember when DVD players first came out, and excuse the weird analogy, it will make sense. I remember one of the first ones comes out, and I was like, Dad, can we get one? My dad said, no. He said, because they've already got new versions ready in the supply room somewhere. The first ones are going to be clunky and expensive, and they'll just get better and better and cheaper. Plus, there's barely any DVDs available. So wait. And lo and behold, every year, new ones came out. They got smaller and cheaper. And the first one we bought wouldn't even play pirate DVDs, like the fake ones you get in a shop, like the fake ones you buy on the street. Eventually, you could get a DVD player for like $9.99. But it turned out they had these ones invented for years, but they slowly released them to maximize the money. Journalists do the same thing as these tech companies. They get a story, and I believe as long as they are ahead of the game, and when you're at the level of Ornstein, you are, he may get that story first. So instead of today, he'll say that. And then it gives him the opportunity in the next 24 hours, 48 hours to do another update, then another update, then another update. If you just go straight to the player's convinced, it's really close, final details being done, it's one story, maybe two when it happens. This way, him and The Athletic can get 2, 3, 4 stories out of the same situation. That's not with all journalists. Some journalists hear about something.
And it's Liverpool, what you said makes sense.
Yeah, because it's Liverpool and Ornstein together, I feel this is much further along down the road. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 4 or 5 hours if we see it's advancing. The player is, the player is open to joining. Personal terms will not be a problem. We're going to see an update. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that update and then he becomes a player. This here says, Terry, I would be shocked if Zubimendi joins Liverpool. Arsenal tried for 2 to 3 transfer windows. Barca are broke. No chance for Liverpool. Big up, Terry.
Well, here's the problem I have with this. Do we have from any reliable journalist that Arsenal actually tried for Zubimendi? Because from the beginning, we've been talking about Arsenal and Merino. So they're clearly looking at his partner, to be fair. So I haven't seen any credible journalists say Arsenal want to sign Zubimendi, like Ornstein, Fabrizio, even the top-tier Arsenal journalists. They've always been talking about Merino. Barcelona are broke. That's on them. When it comes to us, when you say Liverpool have no chance, Liverpool have money, and this is the problem. And this was also Terry's problem with Liverpool fans. I'm not that type of guy. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you Liverpool are broke and we ain't got no money to spend. No, we have money, we can spend it, and we should be able to spend it. So yeah.
That's why
Terry,
you're going for a £51 million midfielder, bro. Crazy.
Terry, you should stop the analogies. They never make sense. They make perfect sense. They make absolute... And it's not my fault if your brain don't work. Don't blame me for your brain lacking functionality, my friend. Of course it works. I'm explaining how a journalist may have more of a story than he reveals at the beginning, so that him and the newspaper make multiple stories that makes you money. The same as when new technology comes out, the better version of that technology is nearly always already invented or ready to come out, but they're not going to bring you the better version straight away. They're going to sell you all the little updates up until that new version to make more money out of you. If you don't understand that, I'm really sorry, bro. I'm really sorry. Grizz Khan said there's going to be an update. So fuck, if Grizz Khan has said it, it's going to fall apart, the deal, isn't it? Big up Grizz. I love Grizz. I love Grizz.
Last time,
whenever Grizz talks about a Liverpool transfer, it falls apart. It falls apart. It really, really does. It really does. Let's have a look at it. It says Liverpool better not have a broken fax machine.
That was Man United, DJ, not us. He's talking about De Gea. You're getting the two clubs confused, Habibi. That was Man United, not us.
Oh, anyway, this is Liverpool deal. To be honest, the positive thing about this deal for me is that Liverpool aren't going for project players. They are going.
Well, they're not in a project. They're not in a project.
I like that.
Sorry.
There's no rebuild. You know what I mean? Like, I actually like this deal, and I like what Liverpool are linked to ready-made players, because Liverpool aren't in a rebuild. I like this approach from Arne Slot and Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards.
It's because they're not.
They get 2-3 players, bro. They are in a title race.
They're in the title race already. Then unless Slot is awful, they're in a title race already. To a certain point, they're not in a rebuild. They're in a transitional period. Yes, a rebuild is what Man United are doing, where nearly every single facet of the club is going to be ripped out and rebuilt, and it's going to take years to get the squad to where Liverpool's is. That's what I consider a rebuild to be in a top 6 capacity. Liverpool are not there.
Liverpool are not rebuilding.
No, exactly. I agree with Mo. Edison suits more slot ball, and I have seen, and he has better stats too. The only reason we are going after him is because Richard has the same agent. Okay, well, fair enough.
Who has the same agent?
Whoever Richard is. I don't know who Richard is.
Richard Hughes has the same agent as
Agent of Zubimendi. No, Zubimendi.
I don't know if that makes sense, but fair enough if it does.
No, yeah, he said what he means is the only reason we're going after him is in Zubimendi is because Richard has the same agent. That would make sense. But
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no problem with us signing Ederson, but some of Ederson's, and Mo should know this as a true football man, some of Ederson's stats will be inflated a little bit because he does play under Gasperini. That actually helps him like a lot when it comes to like.
What does that mean?
The way that Gasperini plays football is essentially all-out attack. You know this, so this sometimes can like upgrade your statistical categories a little bit more than other things. But I would take Ederson. I really like.
He's better defensively.
Yeah. No,
I agree with you. I've never denied that.
This is good evening, guys. Listening to Mos Reska, analyst on Zuba. Oh, is it meant to be Maresca? You. So I thought he meant Maresca, the Chelsea manager.
He's mocking it. He's calling him Maresca.
Okay. It seems like he has been watching Maresca ball and not Arne Slot. They will have 60% possession?
My friend, it's very simple. Last year, you cried for a DM to do a good work defensively, but also be on the goal. I'm not saying go get a destroyer. Go get someone who's competitive. Just pay up. There are players out there. And I am not a scout, but I can give you a name. But there are names out there that are more expensive than Zubimendi that can do both aspects of the game. You're going for the shiny toy. And Liverpool fans are happy. And Hussam is selling you the dream. That's fine. Just believe.
You know, it's funny.
I am not gonna, Hussam, I am not gonna sit here and lie to the people about my opinion. By the way, my opinion is not a fact. It's just how I see Liverpool play. Simply.
Well, Mo, this question goes to Mo here. Saying, so you're saying the whole. By the way, this guy is a Man United fan, but he's far more positive about other clubs. It's very strange. He's definitely not a Man United fan. So you are saying the whole Liverpool scouting team, Edwards and co, is wrong, and you know better, Mo.
No, how about like the scouting teams got a lot of players wrong for a lot of players? How about Mudryk? That's a lot of big scouting team for Arsenal and Chelsea. You guys like think that we're gonna sit here and oh my god, everything that a manager, everything that Arteta does is good. And I don't know who you support Man United. Do you think Erik Ten Hag knows more than me? Do you think Erik Ten Hag knows more than me? Factually speaking, he should. He has the badges. He started coaching. He has experience. But sometimes Erik Ten Hag does wrong things. Oh my god! So why are you watching us then?
I'll tell you the problem with your argument.
Why are you watching us then?
The problem with the argument was the following: you keep referencing last year. You need to understand the difference between last year and this year is there's a whole new manager, Mo. So I can't use last year as a benchmark or a measuring standard. You know,
I hear
it's
that.
like you're a scientist. It's like
similar.
I'm telling you, 1 second. It's like I'm telling you, tell me how much pressure is in this room, and then you go like 35 degrees Celsius. But my one guy, okay, I agree with you. If Klopp was manager, you're correct, because we need a DM who destroys, but or does more defensive work before you get rattled. But when I have Arne Slot and I've watched the way that he wants to play, I now change my opinion because I understand what the guy's trying to do. He's saying defend as a team. So it won't be just Zubimendi defending. It'll be Zubimendi, McAllister, Szoboszlai, the left back and the right back, everyone together.
Yeah, I get you there.